I feel like my camera is crooked, and I can tell by like the door frames. Like I just feel like it's slightly shifted, you know, like this way. But it says it's level, so I don't know. But hello, thanks for coming back to check out another video. So we are here today to do our very first update to the Partners in Cream Project Pan. This is the third year that this is going on. So of course this was created by Steph and DaLin. Always linked down below and in the cards too. Also, everyone make sure you go send DaLin some love, some congratulations. Her most recent video is live. It is like a chatty get ready with me, and she has welcomed her little baby into the world, so that is very exciting. But this is about this. So this is the project pan that they created, focusing around all cream items, 3 to 6 items in at a time, rolling style with whatever goals that you want. And there will be a quarterly refresh, but you know, they're not sticklers for rules, and I'm kind of the person where I'm like, if something's not working for you, just take it out. Don't, you know, stress yourself out about it. But that's really it. The biggest thing is just no powder type products. So pretty sure this is not your first video that you're seeing of this project pan, so I'm not gonna like dilly-dally too much longer with like the rules and things. I always leave everything in the description box though, just in case you're curious or you missed something. So yeah, without any further rambling though, let's get on into this. I do have a very exciting update in my opinion, so I'm excited to show you guys the progress that I made in January. Alright, and just in case this is your first time you are seeing an update style video from me, to like streamline the process, always leave everything on the screen for you. Like, how many times did I use it? How many times total has it been used? What is my goal? Like, do I have a usage goal or a finish goal? All of that will be on the screen so that I don't have to fool with saying it. So the first item we will talk about is the perfume that I rolled in. This is the Thank You Next perfume by Ariana Grande. I want to say Ariana Grande. Oh well. Either way, this perfume, it's fine. It's not my favorite. It's not a, you know, it's not something that I would rebuy, and I can't quite put my finger on it. It has really nice scent notes when I look at it online, but I think, if I'm not mistaken, I will put the scent notes up here for you. If I'm not mistaken though, this might have patchouli in it. And I am just not a patchouli person. I don't know, maybe I missed that when I was looking this up, but also I could just be misremembering it with something else that I have in my life. Either way, it's not a terrible scent. I would definitely say, if you are interested in this perfume, to go sniff it out in store before you buy it. And it might just be too the way that it reacts with my like personal body chemistry, but it's just not a favorite. So I just want to kind of get this worked out and moved out of my collection. So if I bring this in, hopefully, see, I don't know, still fooling with the settings like we say in every video, but we started out and it was right here at this like nail polish line, and now I'm all the way down here. So I don't have very much left of this. I really think that this will be an empty by next month, and I'm kind of glad, like if I continue to use this pretty consistently like I did in the month of January, even though it's not a favorite, I should get this finished off relatively quickly within February, and then that'll be nice because it will give me a chance to play around with other perfumes in my collection and see what's the next one that I want to bring in to pan, because I don't know if I mentioned this in my intro video, but I want to, I have 6 items in, and I always want to reserve 2 of the spots for like a perfume and then like a body care type item. So I will, once this is gone, bring in another perfume and probably pick one that like I actually really enjoy, since I, you know, have worked through this. Like, treat yourself, you know? Okay, so then the next item that I would like to update you on was the body lotion that I had been working on. So this is from Fortune Cookie Soap. This was in the scent I'll Be Right Back. I'm not quite sure what collection this came from. I got this in a Get What You Get bag from them. So like I said, I'm not sure. I don't think it was part of like this past year's Halloween collection. Either way, it was one of their lotions where it has like the lotion strip in the center and then 2 spots of like aloe vera gel type kind of stuff. I was unsure of like really how to go about using this, but I had heard other people say that they just mix it all together, and so that's what I did, and it didn't ruin it in any way. Honestly, it made it more like the consistency of like a standard body lotion rather than being like the body, their thicker one, whatever it's called, their body cream or their whipped cream, whatever it is, that's what was in here. So by mixing the aloe vera gel parts with it, it just made it more on the thinner side. So the scent was lovely, and the product itself was really lovely. However, I think that I would have been better suited to use this in like the summer months, but I was unaware of that when I brought this in. But I did finish it off after mixing everything together. You guys knew this was going to go pretty quickly. This is only a 2-ounce container. You're going to see it on the screen. I got a pretty good amount of like full body applications out of it though. Okay, so from here on out, the rest of my items that I have in are makeup. So we will talk about my foundation that I brought in. This is the Tarte FaceTape Foundation, and I have mine in the shade 16 in Fairlight Neutral. So this is one of those airless pump containers. We started out with it down here, and now we are all the way up to here. It's about like, we're right at like the kind of end of the word face right there. So I'm pretty happy with this progress. I think that this is going to go by a lot quicker than I originally thought. So I was thinking maybe I would finish this off around May. But I think, again, if I continue to use this pretty diligently, that I could get this out much sooner. I am currently switching off between this and my NYX Born to Glow, simply because I just want to kind of use that foundation up. It feels pretty light in the tubing. So progress, like once the NYX foundation is out of here, I can focus a little bit better on this. But yeah, I really do enjoy this foundation. It is quite lovely. It is more on the like full coverage side. So if you were not into that, then I would not get this. And it does kind of have like it's matte, but it's not full matte, if that makes sense. So if you have super oily skin, you might not like this either, but it is a tried and true favorite. I do enjoy it, so this is still kicking around. All right, the next thing we will talk about is my blush stick from ColourPop. So this is in the shade Hen Party. This is a discontinued shade, I'm pretty sure, and the packaging of these blush sticks usually comes in like a more pinky-ish thing. This was like a limited edition with one of their collections. I'm not quite sure. It's been forever since I bought it, but there is a swatch of it. It is a really pretty color. I do enjoy it. It's just these stick products are not like my favorite method of application for like cream highlighters and cream blushes. Now you guys did have some good tips like, hey, why don't you put it on the back of your hand, and then, you know, you can take your beauty blender and then, or your brush or whatever it is, and get the product off of here instead of like applying it directly to your face. Because I feel like when I apply this directly to my face, it does tend to lift up my foundation just a little bit. So I did try those tips out, and I have to say, I just wasn't a fan of it. I feel like I would put this on the back of my hand and then go in with like either the stippling brush or the beauty blender, and it would be very light. Whereas when I draw it on my face, I can kind of control the opacity, like the you know, the depth of the color a little bit more. Whereas I felt like doing it this method, I had to go back and forth quite a few times to build it up. So I do appreciate that tip. I think that tip would probably be really good for a super pigmented style blush that I always like tend to go a little ham on. But with something that's like a lighter shade like this, I just don't think that it's my preferred method of application. So let's quit rambling about it and let me show you how much of this bad boy we got left. So I will first show it to you like this. That's it, just that little nub. Well, I guess it's not a little nub, but you know, it's a lot smaller than it was when we brought it in here. So I have been marking this on the cap, as you guys can see, hopefully. I know the ring light, it's kind of like hard to tell, but right here was where we were, and now we're down to here. The nail polish that I'm using is like, the brush thickness of it is a little thick, so it makes these lines a little bit closer together rather than showing you like the actual amount of progress. So that's a little misleading, but I'm pretty happy with the amount of progress that I have made. I don't think this will be an empty by the next month. I really think that this is probably, let's see, I think I'll finish this around April, which will be fun. It won't be fun, it'll be fine, so there's that. Okay, actually my last 3 items that are in here are all from ColourPop. So I have a lip gloss from them. This is from their Limoncello collection. This is in the shade Tap In. This is a lovely brown shade that is covered in dog hair for some reason. That's a little gross. Anyway, it looks like this. There is like no way for me to, I have a hair in my eye. There is like no way for me to mark this or show you any kind of progress. Like I feel like this is the least exciting, but if I swirl it in there, I do get some pretty good windowing and gaping. So the stopper is still in this, and I'm not gonna lie to you guys, it's pretty goopy up there at the top. Like, can you tell? So I don't know if I'm torn on if I really want to like fool with this and actually take out the stopper and try to get as much product out of this as I can, because even with the stopper in, like, it's already a goopy mess, and so it's just gonna get way worse once the stopper is out. I don't know, let me know what you think down below, but this is a really pretty shade. It's a really comfortable formula. I'm not having like any trouble reaching for it. I do have to say though, you saw the uses on the screen, and I think it's something like 8 to 10-ish uses. So with lip glosses, I just count like the day that I put it on. I don't count any reapplications throughout the day, just because that's a little too much of a hassle, to be quite honest. So the number might seem relatively low for like a month's worth of progress, and me sitting here telling you like, oh, I've used this like a lot. That's why though, because if I put it on for a day, I probably reapply it 3 to 4 times within the day, but I'm just not counting all of those tallies. All right, one more item to update you on before we get to roll in our new items. So the last one is this ColourPop palette. This is the collaboration palette with Sailor Moon. It was called the Pretty Guardian palette. So within here, there was a Super Shock shadow that I brought into here with the goal to use it up. So I did do that. If I'm not mistaken, you're gonna see pictures on the screen. I did not have pan on it when it first got rolled in here, but as soon as I hit pan on it, I did take a picture of it. And I think it only took me like 5 more times before I hit pan. And I was not using this as an eyeshadow. I was using this as a facial highlighter because it was starting to get a little bit drier, and I just never really liked it. It's more of like a topper shade rather than a standalone lid shade, so that was why I was using it predominantly as a cream highlighter. But anyway, I did hit pan on it. That pan continued to grow, and then it really started drying out and it got a bit crumbly. I'm pretty sure you can tell in one of the pictures that it did start to get like super crumbly, and like bits of it would flake off and fall. And so I was like, all right, we have to rehydrate this. So I scooped it all out and mixed some jojoba oil with it, and it made like a thinner consistency type of highlighter. Like, think your standard liquid highlighters like the ABH Liquid Glows or the Cover FX Custom Enhancer Drops, things like that. So I was able to finish it off. I think it only lasted like 3 or 4 more times once I like made this little concoction, because I just started mixing it in with my foundation rather than like just using it on like the places of my face that I would highlight. So I would like to update you that I did finish it. So it's gone. This is the container that I did decant it into. It is all gone, donezo, goodbye, and I'm very happy about that. I will also show you the empty pan in the palette because that's probably a lot more satisfying to see. But yeah, so one full shade out of this palette used up. I did not expect this to, well, one, I didn't expect it to dry out on me as quickly as it did. I knew that that was probably going to happen, but I didn't think it would happen in the first month. So and like, if I hadn't made that concoction and used it as a mix into my foundations, I'm pretty sure this would still be kicking around. So this was a surprising empty, but nonetheless, I'm grateful and happy that it's gone. It wasn't like a bad shadow, but like I said, it just wasn't the Super Shock topper shades. I just don't like them. All right, so with 2 items finished off, we get to roll 2 new items in. Let me show you the makeup item that I'm bringing in first. So this is a 4-piece like little gift set from Bite Beauty. This was the Millennial Pinks little like mini lipsticks. It's the mini Power Move Creamy Matte Lip Crown set. So I was gifted this from my friend. I actually am working on another shade in a different project, and I'm loving it. It's the shade that I have on now, the first one, the Nonino. I don't know how to say it. Either way, that doesn't really matter. But I've absolutely been enjoying this formula. I have really missed Bite Beauty in my life. Like, I just think they make really nice, soft, comfortable lipsticks. So I thought it would be really fun to bring in another shade of this into this project. So I'm going to bring in the more kind of like the lighter pinky color, because it's still very much winter and I'm still very much waiting on my first real snow. But anyway, I am kind of in the mood to start playing around with like the more springy colors, you know? So I thought this would be a great idea to pull this in with the goal to finish it off. So this is the shade Virgin Daiquiri. I will first give you a nice little swatch of it. It is just a really pretty light pinky color. Like, I really think I will get a lot of use out of this, and it will be nice to switch off between this darker shade and then this more lighter shade. And so I will mark this on the cap so that we can keep track of it that way. But just so you know, that's about how much I have in here. This is not brand new by any means. I have probably used this 5-ish times, and since these are a little bit more softer than like a standard lipstick, I do find that it's going a little bit more quickly than I anticipated they would, which isn't a bad thing. Like, I'm still really enjoying it. So yeah, I'm excited to bring this in, give myself like a second lip color to play around with and finish off, and yeah. All right, so since we finished off a body care item, it is time to bring in another body care item. Now, I was going through my collection and I was having some trouble figuring it out. I have a lot of body care items that I don't enjoy for one reason or another. Maybe it's the formulation or the scent or something like that. And it seems a little torturous to try to work through some of those and not have like any enjoyment, any like treat yourself moments, right? So what I thought I would do with the body care is I'm going to count this as one slot. So technically I'm still only having 6 items in, but I'm going to bring in a body care item that I need the little bit of like push, the little bit of motivation to use. And if I put it into something like this and I'm held accountable and I have to update you on it monthly, then I will use it more consistently. But I also want to have something in that I enjoy. That way I can switch back and forth between the two. So then, since there's 2 items in this one spot, let's say, one item that I like and one item that I really don't like, if I, like, by next month's update, let's say I finish off the item that I really don't like and I still have like the item that I like in, then I'll replace it with an item that, again, I really don't like. And so I'll always have 2 body care items in, for at least for right now, with one that I really like and one that I don't, and we'll swap them out that way. So let me show you the one that I'm bringing in because I really don't like it. I just don't enjoy this. This is from Soap and Glory. This is the Righteous Body Butter. So this is their very heavily rose fragranced body lotion. Whew! If you do not like rose scented things, oh, don't torture yourself with this. I keep wanting to be that person. I don't know what it is. I feel like because all the cool kids like rose scented things that I'm like, but I want to join the party too. And I really don't. I have tried straight up rose scents like this. I've also tried rose scents mixed with other scents, and it just doesn't jive with me. So please, if I ever tell you like, oh, I'm going to buy this rose scented thing, just slap me. Tell me no. Other than the scent of this is a very nice like body lotion. You can see down in there, I would say it's about halfway, if not a little more than halfway used up. I do think this is very nice, especially for these cooler winter months. This is nice and thick, but even though it's on the thicker side, it still sinks into my skin quite nicely. I have greatly enjoyed this. I have just had this kicking around in my collection far too long because while I like the application and the way it makes my skin feel, that scent, it just lingers on you and it's so strong, and I'm just like, so I want to put it in here, finish it off, make myself get this out, because this will be gone by the time spring, summer rolls around and I can no longer use it. Like, this is not going to be something that I have to pull back out in the fall. I'm just not going to do it. We're going to be strong and finish it off now. So with all of that rambling about why I hate that, let me tell you about the one I'm going to bring in because I love it. So this is also from Fortune Cookie Soap. Now, back in December, they did they call it a CYO scent, like create your own. So they had it where you could do it for their whipped cream. No, it's their whipped body butters, I think. I'll leave it on the screen for you. Whatever their thicker like brand lotion is. So I took part in that. I wanted to like play and like combine my own scents, and then you could also like name them, which I thought was really cute. So I called this one Second Breakfast. You know, any Lord of the Ring fans out there? Anyway, this is just banana nut bread and blueberry muffins with maple syrup. Oh, and I have been waiting For this, I have not broken into this. I've just like kept sniffing it and telling myself like, once you film your Partners in Cream update, you can start using this, because since this is only a 4-ounce jar, I really wanted to see how many uses do I get out of this, because their standard size from this brand is 4 ounces, and it's around the, I think typically it's around the $12.99 price point. I think I paid $14.99 for this simply because it was like a special, like create your own, like takes a little bit more work kind of thing. But anyway, I want to see how many full body uses I actually get out of these, because the containers are quite small. Like if you think about other brands of lotion that you get, you know, the containers are quite big. Like for instance, this one from Soap and Glory is 300 mils or 10 ounces. So, you know, and I don't remember the price point of this, but my point is I just want to see. So this is brand new, never been used. There's still like some hanging out on the cap, but you can see it is full to the brim, and I'm gonna give it another sniff. It's just so nice. I cannot wait to just smell like breakfast. So that's it. That's all I got for this long, I feel like this was a terribly long update, but that's okay. I thank you guys so much for sticking around until the end. If you are doing this, let me know, and let me know how you're doing so that I can go keep track. I'm trying to do a good job of like trying to get to all the videos that of different projects that I am in, and I am still working on it. So that's it though. I'm not gonna ramble anymore. I hope you guys are having a good day, a good night, or a good whatever, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye.